On my previous video, I showed you how to create a simple report that actually gives you good information. This happens to be at the customer level. We can go back and forth between Advanced Reporting and QuickBooks to make sure that what we're calculating matches up. So if I go back into QuickBooks here, we can see this is just a revenue by customer report. And we can see, for instance, Angel City Store here, 58,125. We go back in, 58,125. The sorting's a little bit different, which we can change. So anyway, it looks like we're on the right track, at least in being able to reproduce the numbers from Advanced Reporting that we see in QuickBooks. The difference with Advanced Reporting is that then we have a million options in terms of how we cut the data and how we present it, much more than we could ever do with the reporting capabilities within QuickBooks. So the first thing I want to do is clean this up a little bit. So I'm going to start by right-clicking, which is how you start pretty much everything in Advanced Reporting, and I'm going to click Properties on this box, and let's just start doing some things to make this look a little bit more polished. So I'm going to label this expression as income. I'm going to go back to the Dimensions tab here, and I'm going to make this a shorter name, just Customer. All right, and go to the Number tab here, and this is going to allow me to format the income field, and I'm just going to make this 2 decimal places with a 1,000 separator, and click OK. So it's a little bit better. Maybe I'll go back in, right click and Properties, and let's sort this by customer. Let's just sort it A to Z here. Okay. All right, so now that we have this, I wanted to go back in and start making this even more useful. So one of the things that people often do a report like this for is to calculate sales commissions. To do that, you're going to need to know which sales rep was involved with these sales. So I'm going to right click again and go to Properties, and I'm going to go back to the Dimensions tab. So this time I'm actually just going to hit the Add a Calculated Dimensions button here and start typing Transactions. All right, and you see that it starts to narrow down the list, and I'm going to choose this one, Sales Rep Entity Full Name, by double clicking on it here and hitting OK. So now we're going to call this field Rep, and we can use the Promote button here to make it the first dimension that shows up on the table. So if I click OK here, now what we're going to see is it's now showing that sales rep, and we have these little plus signs. Okay, what this plus sign means is basically there's more data in here that's not being shown. It's currently rolled up at the sales rep level. So if I right click here and go to Expand All, we're going to see those customers come back. Okay, so this is an Advanced Reporting pivot table, which means we have the ability to show or hide detail using the plus buttons or right clicking and expand and collapse all. We also have the ability to easily rearrange the information here. So now it's got customer, and then if I pop it open here, we can see that it was this particular sales rep. So I'm going to rearrange it again here and keep us fully expanded so we can see all the detail in here. So I mentioned earlier, dimensions are relatively easy to work with. So let's go ahead and make this even more powerful. I'm going to right click and go into Properties, and not only do I want to see the sales rep and the customer to whom they sold something, but I also want to see what they sold them. All right, so I'm going to do another add a dimension here, and I'm going to do Transactions.Item Full Name. And we'll call this field Item. Click OK. So now I can do Expand All here, and I can see what was sold for these particular transactions. So that's how we can modify a report, showing more or less detail by adding in dimensions. And again, we could drag this item over here And now we have a income by item report, and then within that we can see, okay, this rep sold it here, and we can even collapse here. Okay, so for this particular item, it's been sold by these 3 reps, and it's the income is this, and then we can even see detail within here about the particular customers that this rep has sold it to.